Fix a Fence LLC, that's me, coming to you inside. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about estimate, with my experience of estimates anyway. So over the course of about 30 years in the industry, I've found out that being honest and transparent are really the big factors with landing any project. So remember about the first impression. I work hard at being a professional. When I show up and I knock on that door, I step a few steps back, and once that door opens, I introduce myself. Hey, this is John, Fix a Fence. I shake hands, give them my fence card, and then I ask that person, so what seems to be the situation with your fence issues, and then obviously they walk outside and we go around to the back or whatever, and most of the times it's just a repair or a couple of wood posts that need to be removed and replaced, and so reattaching the existing wood fence panels. But other times there's chain link fence that's been severely damaged and needs some TLC. Then there are the complete installs. But one thing I found out is, like, listening to the customer. That's another big factor in landing the project, because if they say all they need is a fence post that's removed and replaced, well then, agree with them. A fence is a fence. It's not like the customer doesn't know what they want. They don't even want to spend the money to get it fixed, but that's why I'm there. So I do my best at getting them the decent price for what they called me out for. I always tell the customer I have to charge a minimum fee, okay? And I don't joke with them, and I do joke with them like that. I mean, I joke with them, and I say, well, I may not be able to retire on this on the price that I give you, but it'll probably put a few slices of bread on my table. But then I always ask them how they found me. I've been found on Google, Yelp, Nextdoor, Reddit, Angie's List, YouTube, Facebook, and even an AI customer asking ChatGPT questions until she got a fence company, Fix a Fence LLC, that would help them out with the small fence repairs. So it's amazing how my organic SEO geekiness has positioned this little fence company called Fix a Fence LLC. I know. So, but then I asked the main question. What do they do for a living? Got to ask that question. What do you do for a living? It's not just because I'm genuinely interested in what they're doing, but because I want to see if they can pay for the service for hiring Fix a Fence. I mean, really, when it comes down to it, are they going to have enough money to pay for Fix a Fence to come out there and service them on their fence? Okay, well, anyway, one thing for sure is I met so many people from all walks of business and industry. A lot of them have actually learned how to spell the word retirement, and they love to hear about themselves too. So, make sure to swell their head, okay, with encouragement, not to the point of flattery, but I let them know that if it weren't for them, then I wouldn't be where I'm at. So we all need customers, and the first impression really does matter, especially when they're getting 3 or 4 estimates to compare apples to apples. Let them know that you expect it. So, a recap: be transparent, honest, make a good professional first impression. It really does boil down to just being yourself. So be positive. Let them know that you're a professional in the industry because you're listening to their needs of their fence. Okay, so anyway, I hope my rambling has helped out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, may I ask that you do so, because and smash that like button too, because stuff like that really does help this little fence channel grow. And like I said, I've been on this channel since 2010, and I got maybe about 2,500 plus subscribers. So you guys, thank you. I appreciate it. This is really what helps this little fence company grow. And so I thought I'd just come to you today on my look on estimates, okay? How to be honest and transparent and be the professional that you are. These people, they're not stupid. They're not ignorant, okay? They've called you there for a reason. And that doesn't just happen to be in the fence business. That's any business. They've called you there for a reason. So give them the best quote you can Don't jive them. Don't hide, beat around the bush. Do what you're called to do. Do what you know how to do, and then land that job. I mean, right? That's what we're there for. We all need customers, and that first impression counts. So anyway, John at Fix a Fence. I just thought I'd come to the inside and read you my little script I wrote. That's the first time I did a script. Let me know how I did in the comments, and be honest, and be transparent. Keep smiling. Have a great day.